Welcome back to another episode of the King's Court Podcast, or as we call it, the Bethesda Brothers Podcast. I am the KingFanMan, joined with my partner in crime, Joey Caps Gaming, or as I call him, Brother Joe. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, King. How are you?
I am doing great today. I am doing absolutely great. We've got some really good things to talk about today, and one thing that people aren't going to like too much, but we're going to save that one for last.
Yeah.
But just in general, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Before we get into the podcast,
I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
I was telling you before the podcast, I actually started up a brand new channel, baseball channel.
Yeah, what's the name of that channel? Go ahead and
so if you guys like baseball, specifically the New York Yankees, it's called it's called The Shift. I actually started it like 6 days ago, and it has like 422 subscribers already.
Wow, that's awesome.
So I'm very happy about that. I don't expect that to keep going the rate it's going.
What do you do if you're a Cardinals fan like me?
I think you would watch my stuff
and still like it, huh?
Yeah, you would just like another fan's perspective, a realistic perspective too, I might add.
Ah, gotcha.
So I'm not gonna say the Yankees are great. The Yankees are this. I call them out on their stuff. So
cool.
And then also my Bethesda channel too. I have a Fallout 5 series I'm launching on there, as well as a mod series I started. So hey guys, check that out.
That link will be down in the description below. So y'all definitely go subscribe to Joey Caps Gaming, certainly. And the name of your baseball one again is The Shift.
The Shift.
The Shift. Well, cool. Don't say that too fast; you'll get in trouble.
Yeah.
Well, today I want to start with, of course, Todd Howard just did a interview. He don't do many interviews, but he did one, and we got some pretty cool information out of that interview. But one thing kind of stuck out to me about Starfield, and it's not only going to have an impact on Starfield, it's going to have an impact on all of the BGS's games going forward. But it was about the technology of, I'm guessing, the Creation 2 engine. We've talked about the Creation 2 engine here. But some of the other things that they've done. And Todd Howard said that it is the greatest leap in technology that they have had at BGS ever. And he even gave an example. He said, I guess before this, from Morrowind to Oblivion was probably the biggest gap. And you go back and look at Morrowind and Oblivion. Oblivion is a beautiful game still to this day. It really is. Oblivion really holds up today. I mean, you can go play it and it's still a really pretty game. Morrowind is kind of, it's kind of hard for a new player to go back and play. But Oblivion, the landscapes are beautiful and everything. So you can definitely see, how much detail jumped, how much the graphics jumped in between those two games. And now he's saying, so in between Fallout 4 and even Fallout 76, and I want to get into that just a little bit. I know Fallout 76 is a different animal because it is multiplayer, it's mixed with a different engine, and we'll talk about that a little bit. But Fallout 76 actually is improved over Fallout 4, but the jump in technology from Fallout 76 to Starfield is more than Morrowind to Oblivion. So with that said, let's start the conversation. What do you think about that first, other than pure excitement? And I know what some people are going to say. Now, wait a minute. He said that Fallout 76 is going to be 16 times better. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Hold on to those comments.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, so, the jump from, even if you look at the jump from Skyrim to Fallout 4, I think it was a decent one, too, to be honest. And they really did a phenomenal job with the gun gameplay in Fallout 4. So now you're telling me that Starfield is a big jump from that. Now, that really makes me wonder, well, how good is the gun gameplay in this game?
And can I throw in real quick?
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that because they've changed the animations. It's not just the graphics. They've changed a lot more.
It's just like I don't even know what to expect at this point. It's very exciting, obviously, but it's just like, okay, it's a bigger jump from Fallout 4 to Starfield than it was from Morrowind to Oblivion. Like, this is a bigger jump. That's pretty cool. And obviously it should excite the heck out of you. So it'll be very interesting to see how I'm wondering the combat, how good the combat is.
Yes.
That's very important, especially since Fallout 4 was, light years better than Fallout 3 and even New Vegas as far as combat goes. So now you're telling me that Starfield is better, like a lot better, like just everything is better.
I think.
Wow.
That's
pretty cool.
I think what a lot of people want to see is melee combat get better in BGS games. Because that will be something for the Elder Scrolls 6. Because as great as Skyrim is, and by the way, I'm playing Skyrim, the Anniversary Edition. I'm back hooked since it came out. That's all I've been playing. But the one thing that you could say is not great about Skyrim is the combat. It's pretty much just hit a button and hack. It's got blocking. But there's so many other games that have done the combat better. And I'm wondering, since you mentioned that, are they going to do something with the melee combat in Starfield? Like I said, that will make you see what Elder Scrolls is going to be. That would be great to know.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be so... I mean, the melee is a really weak spot for these BGS games.
Yes.
And it has been for a while. So even in Fallout 4, it's just that I never wanted to do it because it was just boring.
It's just hack. That's all it is.
Just hitting RT if you're an Xbox player. Bam, bam, bam. That's all you do.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to see if they improve the melee. That would be great. And it makes sense if they did that for Starfield first to test it out so they could iron it out for Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
And remember, I know we're retreading here on some things. Remember, for Fallout 4, they got id Software's help with the gunplay. Well, now, and of course they've known that this Xbox thing is going to be going through. They knew for over a year before it came through. I wonder... There's so many studios. I wonder if they got any help on the melee with Starfield. And even if they didn't for Starfield, they're going to have time to do it for the Elder Scrolls, is the point, which is really great. Go ahead.
It makes me wonder really quick. In Elder Scrolls, I mean, I know we're talking Starfield, but I feel like Dishonored is more relatable, to the Elder Scrolls franchise than to Starfield. I mean, we really don't know what Starfield is, but anywho, it would be great if Arcane helped them out and was like, "Hey, we're gonna help you out with like the stealth in your game," and that would be cool.
That would be.
So not that it was bad. I'm not saying that, but it could be improved, just like anything else.
Oh, absolutely.
So, I wonder what.
And that's the thing. How much have they improved? We're talking with that much of a technological increase. We're jumping generations, which, we're going to a new generation. That much graphical increase. And then, as Todd Howard has said in the past, there's new animations, which we've had the same Bethesda animations for quite a long time. So we know there's a lot of changes. Now, I did want to say something about because people always make fun of Todd Howard talking about Fallout 76 being 16 times better. I don't know how much better and this and that, but I can tell you this. I've been playing Skyrim, and I know that's not Fallout 4, but I've been playing Skyrim's Anniversary Edition, which is the best Skyrim has ever looked. And there is no comparison to the clarity of the world as Fallout 76 and Skyrim. As beautiful as Skyrim's world is, you just play Skyrim and then go over and play Fallout 76, and the world is so much crisper, so much clearer in Fallout 76. You can see further. It's really amazing, the difference. I would love to be able to see Skyrim's world that crisp, that clear, because it is such a beautiful world. And we need to remember that the actual trailer for Starfield was actually done in the Creation 2 engine. So that we're seeing, even though it's not gameplay, we're seeing a little bit of what the Creation 2 engine can do.
Yeah. Yeah, and talking about like the how 76 looks, and I really feel, and this should excite people for Starfield, I really feel like Bethesda, we talk about this all the time, of how they tell the story with their environment, right?
Yes.
And just how beautiful their worlds look and how they improve with every installment. And obviously with 76, they did a great job in Appalachia, just making it look really nice. And it makes you think, it's like, what kind of experience are we going to have in Starfield? Like, you know, I wanna see how many, like what each planet looks like, because it's not just one area. Obviously, it's not one map. It's different planets. So I mean, I just, you know, I'm really, I hate to use excited because I don't know what other word to use. But how can you not use that word when talking about Starfield?
Yes.
Like, this is just, it's going to be an experience that we've never had. It's going to be an enhanced and improved BGS experience. And it's something that we're looking forward to, obviously. But we have to wait a while. Less than a year, though, so that's good, right?
I was about to say, and it's already been confirmed. Of course, we knew it, but it's already been confirmed that we're going to have a big E3 showcase with Starfield, so we're going to get to see gameplay. We're going to get to see a lot more from the psychotropic fish and all that crazy stuff in Starfield. But, you know, one thing about looking at the games, you may not realize how much they've gotten better until you go backwards. All you got to do is just go backwards. Yeah. Play 76 for just a little bit, and then go back and play Fallout 4. Play Fallout 4 for just a little bit, and then play Skyrim. Play Skyrim for a little bit, and go back and play Oblivion. And you can see the jumps that they took. Just look at the one thing that I laugh about Oblivion. Like I said, I love Oblivion. I think Oblivion did fabulous on landscapes, but they did horrific on people's faces. I call them the Shrek faces. You know, that's awful.
Yes,
they are so awful. But I'm looking forward to, because one of the things, really quick before we go to the next subject, really quick, one of the things that they did use on Starfield, and we know that they're using it on the Elder Scrolls, is this photorealism for the landscapes and for people as well. So hopefully the mouths will match up better with as they talk. And but I think that photorealism is really going to make a difference in the landscapes, because they're literally taking photos of rocks in different places and using them. Instead of a drawing, it's going to be an actual place.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited. I don't know what else to say other than excitement.
But don't you think that should make a big difference, instead of taking an
huge.
Artist drawing? Certainly. You know, and putting it in the engine, you're taking a real picture and putting it in the engine. So you're starting with something better.
Yeah, the game's going to look fantastic. I have no doubt that this game's going to be beautiful.
Yep.
So it's just, I'm looking at, and Fallout 4 was a nice game. 76 is a nice game. Skyrim, you know, is a nice game. But Bethesda Game Studios titles aren't really popular for their graphics.
Correct.
You know, they're always a little bit behind everybody else, and when it comes to that. So now that's probably not the case with Starfield, and it's at least going to be obviously improved. And it's like, I wonder how realistic this game's going to be.
I think BGS fans understand this, but I think it would be remiss if we didn't mention one of the reasons why BGS games are a little bit behind in graphics. One reason their frames per second is a little bit less, and is because they don't have static objects in the world. Literally every object you can move which does slow down the frames per second. It does definitely have an effect on the graphics of the game. So, I mean, you take a game like Wolfenstein, or, a game like that, you go into a building, you know, there may be one item in a room that you can touch and grab and move. Mm-hmm. Where a BGS game, every item in there you can touch, and grab, and move. That's going to have an effect on the graphics. And, of course, it's also going to have an effect on what computer will run that game, too. Which, by the way, we've not been given the system requirements yet of Starfield. No. I'm anxious to see what it's going to take. Speaking of the Elder Scrolls, I brought that up, and that's what I want to finish our podcast with today. The Elder Scrolls 6, we got a little bit of news from Phil Spencer. Wasn't a huge surprise, but it goes against what I thought that they were going to do. I believe this goes against what BGS wants to do. I think it goes to what Xbox wants to do. But Elder Scrolls 6 is all but said to be an exclusive to Xbox and PC. Are you surprised by that?
All right, I think you know my answer. I just want to show everybody something really quick before I say my spiel.
Oh.
What is this?
That's the new PlayStation.
That's the new PlayStation 5. I'm going to leave it up over here so everybody can look at it. And, right?
Yes.
So, listen. I own one, obviously. Uh-huh. I also own a Series X, too, so I guess it doesn't matter. But right. I own a PS5, I own a Series X.
Full disclosure, yeah.
Yeah. So, Microsoft... Listen, King. If you spent $500 on this pen, right? And this pen was going to improve your product, and your rival, right? The person that you can't stand needs this pen to compete with you. Are you going to allow him or her to use this pen? No, it's your pen that you're going to beat them with. For years, Sony fans have said, our games are better. We have Uncharted. Yeah. We have God of War. We have The Last of Us. Well, so what did Microsoft do? They went out, spent a boatload of money on Bethesda Game Studios. Well, on Bethesda. But honestly, Bethesda Game Studios is the moneymaker here.
It is.
And so now you have Starfield, the BGS game, exclusive. Elder Scrolls 6, which Skyrim is arguably one of, at least, the best RPGs ever of all time. And you expect them to put Elder Scrolls 6, now that they own the IP, they own it, you expect Microsoft to put it on Sony consoles? I'm not even talking about Bethesda. It's not up to them what they want to do. They could put it on here all they want. But Microsoft said, bro, I spent so much money on you. I just want you on mine. I want to be selfish. I want you on mine. So what's that going to do, King? That's going to make people buy the Series X if they don't have a gaming PC. It's going to make people want to buy the Series X now because it's like, okay, if I want to play, a new Uncharted or Last of Us or Ghost of Tsushima or, whatever it is that's exclusive to PlayStation, if Elder Scrolls 6 wasn't going to be exclusive, they could just say, I don't need a Series X because it could play on my PlayStation.
Right.
At least I have the PlayStation exclusives. No, that's not the case. Now you have to buy a Series X if you want to play Elder Scrolls 6. Perfect move. I agree with it 100% with Microsoft because you're trying. It's a competition.
It don't mean you like it just because you agree.
It doesn't mean I like it.
Business,
of course,
business.
I don't like exclusivity. Yeah. It shouldn't even be a thing.
Yeah.
Why are we doing this? But it's a thing. Because it's a business, it's competition, and they wanna eliminate their competition. At the end of the day, I'm not saying anybody's going anywhere, but that's what they want to do. Well, why do you think Pokemon isn't anywhere else?
Yeah.
It's Nintendo's. It'll always be Nintendo's. Pokemon's one of the most popular RPGs when it comes to kids and grown men like me that are my age love Pokemon. And it'll never be on a PlayStation or Xbox.
No judgment here. No judgment.
Oh, yeah. It'll never be. So it's like now Microsoft goes out. I'm sorry, I'm taking up all your time, King.
No,
I just need to get this off my chest. Now Microsoft goes out and purchases.
Go, Joe.
Yeah,
Go, Joe.
They purchase Bethesda, and you want them to put Elder Scrolls 6 on this thing? They would be stupid to do that business-wise. I hate exclusive game. I hate exclusivity. But when you break it down and put it into perspective, what would you do? Help out your competition that's been kicking your butt in exclusivity category? What are you gonna do? Come on.
Yeah. Well, to take one more step.
I love you guys.
I first have to say, if it was up to Bethesda, we already know what Bethesda would do. They would give it to both because that's what they've done, throughout the years.
Yeah.
But to take a step maybe in a different direction, I think it's more for Game Pass, quite honestly. I think that is what Xbox is pushing, is the Game Pass. Sure, they want people to buy the Xbox console, but it's Game Pass. That is where games are going. You look at TV. Where is TV gone? Do people buy cable anymore?
It's all about playing on this thing.
Is DirecTV and Comcast Cable and all these, are those the leaders anymore? No, it's the streaming services. That's where TV is going. Well, where is gaming going? It's the streaming services. We can see it coming a mile away. And, you can play Starfield day one on Game Pass. And I'm sure it's going to be the same way with the Elder Scrolls.
Which is on your phone.
Yeah.
xCloud on your phone.
My son has Game Pass. I don't have it on my computer yet, but I should say we have it at home because I got it for my son. But we go through every weekend he's home and pick out a new game to play, and it's fabulous. It's wonderful. I'm playing games I would have never played before, know, and I love it. These are games I would have never gone to the game store and go, I'm going to buy, I'm going to spend $69 on that. I would have done that.
Yeah.
So in a way, the streaming service is a good thing, okay? But that's what they're pushing. And if Sony is going to have, and this is the only thing I see just a little bit different, I believe Xbox may be pushing Sony just a little bit, trying to get Sony in the future somewhere down the road to get Game Pass as an option on there. Now, I don't know if they'll ever do it, okay? But, if Game Pass gets to be such a mammoth, which they're trying to make it, then, maybe Sony customers will demand, hey, offer us Game Pass on this console.
This is how competitive Sony is, though, too. And King, I agree with everything that you said. Phenomenal points. But this is how greedy they are. They had MLB The Show, which is obviously pretty much the best baseball game on the market, which isn't really saying much. However, it's been exclusive to PlayStation for years, up until this year. And guess why, King? Guess why it's on the Xbox now? Because Major League Baseball threatened Sony that they were going to take away the license, the Major League Baseball license, if they weren't going to put this game on Xbox so more people can buy it and more people can play it. So they threatened San Diego Studios, which is the developer for MLB The Show, which is owned by Sony, to put their game on Xbox. That's how bad it got, though. They almost lost the license to Major League Baseball. So it's like that's how much they want to hold on to it. Yeah. I think that's crazy. So if it was up to Microsoft, they would say, hey, I'll put my game on your console. Just give me your stuff, too. Let's do that. And whoever prefers, like when I was a kid, I preferred the PlayStation 2 over the original Xbox. It was just my preference, whatever. But that was my preference. So this exclusive stuff, it will always be a thing because you're trying to throw the other guy out of business. But at the same time, it's like, you're right. That's where the money is. It's in Game Pass. You're with xCloud. We could play these games on our phone. On our phone, streaming, but still, I can play 76 on my phone. using a controller, of course. That's insane to think about.
That is.
But, you know, whatever. Elder Scrolls 6 is exclusive, as it should be. PlayStation's been kicking Microsoft's butt for years with exclusivity, and Microsoft's only gotten worse over the years. So they're trying to improve by adding BGS to their arsenal, and they did just that. So you can't be upset with them.
Well, and not just BGS, but all Bethesda. I know BGS is the money makers, but
yeah.
And I think Xbox has taken the step, a huge step up with the Bethesda purchase. And of course, there is a rumor now that Xbox is about to purchase another major gaming company. We don't know who they are, but
you haven't heard?
No.
Makes you curious.
Yes.
I wonder how big.
Well, I mean, there is. They're saying it's on the level of the Bethesda purchase. Yeah. That's huge.
CD Projekt Red. I don't know. I don't want to start rumors. I don't have no idea.
Well, there's a lot of rumors out there, and I mean, I could start throwing some names, but 1 week it'll be this one being pushed. They've talked about Sega. They've talked about all kinds of different companies, but the point is that Xbox they're going to push until Game Pass is ahead of Sony, or at least in their mind is ahead of Sony, because I think they're tired of getting their butts kicked.
They are.
Last generation, you're right, they did get their butts kicked in exclusivity, which if you're talking about the console wars, won last generation for Sony. It really did.
Yeah, they Xbox never had a chance.
No.
In the very beginning. The PlayStation was always cheaper than the Xbox.
Yep.
And that's it. And then Sony just ran the whole generation. So Xbox improved though throughout the generation. It did, but just it's not to win it though.
With all that said, let's wrap up this little present talking about Starfield and the Elder Scrolls, 2 back-to-back games that Xbox is going to have, 2 juggernauts, I believe, in the gaming industry.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, we're talking about right up there at the top. I will quickly ask you: do you think Starfield will reach Skyrim levels for Xbox and Bethesda? And by the way, let me mention, Todd Howard did say that over 11 million people have played Fallout 76 now, and Fallout 76 is deemed not a success. So, can you imagine that? 11 million people in the game's not really a success? Wow.
They're marketing this game as, the makers, obviously, from Fallout, Elder Scrolls, Skyrim.
Yeah.
And this game is going to sell like hotcakes. It's going to have as much hype as Cyberpunk 2077 did. Hopefully not as much failure, but as much hype at least. And same with as much hype as Red Dead Redemption 2. It's going to be on that level.
Yeah, it's in my opinion, it's going to have plenty of the hype. All it's got to do is deliver. If it can do what Skyrim did in capturing people's, Skyrim. Mm-hmm. Skyrim did not do what Fallout 4 did. And I got to do this quick because this is a different podcast here. Skyrim's first day numbers weren't huge. I mean, they were big, but they weren't huge. Skyrim's numbers have compiled over the days and years.
When you release it 85 times, it will.
But it's because the word got out how good Skyrim was, and because of that, and because of Fallout's fan base, Fallout 4 exploded on the first day. Yeah. So if I believe because of BGS's name, Starfield will get that original punch. But if you think what it can do.
If you think about it, right, just really quick, King, I know we have to wrap it up, but really quick, if you think about it, Cyberpunk, that had so much hype behind it, and we didn't know what that was either.
Right.
we had some lore out in regards to Cyberpunk, but we didn't really know like that much about it. Same thing with Starfield. Same thing. And, so all Bethesda has to do is just deliver.
Yep.
That's it. That's all.
Yep. Last thing before I go, did you see all the nominations that Deathloop is getting, by the way, for the Game Awards, the Game of the Year, Action Game of the Year, all kinds of things.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for Deathloop. I did ask for that game for Christmas. I want it for Christmas.
It's very good.
Hopefully Santa Claus is going to get it for me.
Just get Game Pass. That's all you got to do is get Game Pass.
I have Game
Isn't
Pass.
it on Game Pass?
No, it's a Sony exclusive.
Oh, that's right. Duh. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can only play it on this thing.
See, I'm thinking Bethesda. Yeah. Duh.
Yeah.
But after a year, it'll probably be on. Probably be on Game Pass. Yeah.
May I don't remember the release date of the game.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And it'll be the same way with the Tokyo, and it's going to be a Sony exclusive too.
Go fire.
See, my lupus kicks in every once in a while, and I go nerd.
Yeah,
well,
okay, I'm going nuts.
Joe, thank you so much for being here as always. You got anything else to say before we go?
Nothing.
That's good because you've been talking way too much. No, I'm teasing. It's been awesome. No. It's been awesome.
Yeah,
by the way, both of us have
it.
Patreon pages. Y'all go check that out if you can and if you're able. We appreciate it. Our Patreons are superstars. So we appreciate y'all and appreciate the support. If you're still watching this, hey, y'all support us and we appreciate that as well. I am the KingFanMan. He is Joey Camps. We'll see y'all next time. Bye, guys.